Hello and welcome back to the Mission Darts YouTube channel, where we're going to be looking at the equipment today. You know what it's like, you want to get yourself a new set of darts, and there are common mistakes, Andy, that people make on a regular basis. We're going to let people know what they are, so maybe they don't fall in the same trap.
And the big first one for me is weight. You know, we watch the pro players on the TV and it might be your favourite player, might be Stephen Bunting. Oh, he's using an 18-gram dart. I'm going to go and get myself some 18-gram darts. Chances are they're not going to be right for you. I see a lot of people, especially beginners and sort of novice amateurs, going too light. You know, weight's your friend. There's, you know, Ryan Searle famously uses 36-gram darts. Their weight is your friend when you're getting into darts, so just go a couple of grams heavier than what you might think.
Traditionally, people think it's the easier one to throw, don't they? The easier is the heavier.
Yeah.
We've certainly got videos on that as well. If you are sort of looking for a little bit more information in regards to how to pick the weight of dart for you, we've got information and videos right here on the channel. What I want to talk about, though, is the cost. There's this perception, isn't there, that if you pay more for something, it's better. We've been out on the road, we had that £10 bacon sandwich. It wasn't better. It was just a £10 bacon sandwich. I just paid more for a bacon sandwich.
Yeah.
Cost doesn't always mean a better dart, certainly for you. Now, it may mean things are slightly different. It may have more cuts on it. It may have spent more time in a machine. It may look nicer on the eye because of these things. It might have a higher tungsten grade, but it doesn't always mean you are getting a better dart, and it doesn't always mean you're getting one suited for you. Again, we've got a video on expensive versus cheap.
I'm sure there's many a pro player over the years, yourself included, won tournaments using something
$9.99. I played in the World Championship with a set of darts that cost me $9.99.
Exactly. Length. Length is another one. Again, I think the longer length is more favoured. And again, for beginners, if you're getting into darts, that's not the right way to go. A shorter barrel is going to be easy to throw. It's going to stick in the board better. So don't get carried away with really long darts and then really long stems. It's almost like throwing a javelin into the board. Go middle of the road if you're starting off. Don't make the mistake of going something super long or super short. Go middle of the road and work from there.
But how many times do you get people that think a longer dart gets me closer to the board? If I lean a little bit more with this long dart, I'm going to be closer. I don't have to throw it as far. Well, actually, it changes the whole dynamics of the throw. So absolutely, length is important, as is design. Now, I know what it's like. I mean, you're one of those sort of people, Andy. You like your finer things of life. You like your fancy things. So when you see a dart, you're like a magpie. You're like, oh, look at the colours, look at the cuts. Isn't that lovely? And you can get drawn into this sometimes.
Yeah,
There's been so many darts that I've seen where I go, I would love to throw with that dart because it looks great, but it just doesn't work for me.
No.
And you can't base a dart on the design or the sort of colours of it.
You can't. And you know I do the precision fittings, and that's usually the case. Guys walk through the door with a big fancy case. They've got every fancy, shiny looking dart I've ever seen, spent hundreds and hundreds of pounds, and they can't throw any of them. So yeah, you're absolutely right with design. And that moves me on really to the coating, and something that people don't think about. So I get a lot of people saying, oh, I struggle with my grip. I like a grippy dart, but then they'll go and buy a black dart or a gold dart or a green dart. Now, they are coatings. All darts, disclaimer, start silver, okay? And that is the most natural. That's where you're gonna get the most feel on the tungsten, the most grip is a silver, natural tungsten dart. The minute you start coating it, think that you're putting paint on. You're putting paint on those grooves, and you're not gonna get as much grip. So again, relating to what you just said, don't just go for the fancy bright colors, because you might find there's not as much grip there as you wanted.
Mid-part of 2024, the summer coming up towards the back end of the year, the back end of the summer. Luke Littler famously changed his darts to a coated dart. You picked up it in our podcast and said, what is he doing? And he didn't play as well. He started losing early, switched back, and
well, the rest is history. World champion,
so,
Make sure you hit the subscribe button, because Matt and I have got loads more of these tips for you.